On Wednesday, February 12 at the track, many Hoover students participated in the immigration walkout protest. Students were able to use their voices to stand up against unjust issues towards immigrants.
Like a lot of people here, we all have immigrant families, and we want to speak out for what's right. And what's happening recently is not right, and we want to fight for that. And we all want fairness and justice and equality.
By allowing students to express their feelings and show up to this protest, it demonstrates what Hoover students can achieve as a community.
School is a place where we learn. We learn about ourselves. We learn about the past. We learn about potentials for our future. And if this is not a safe space for us to learn to use our voice, if this is not the space where we become empowered and we move to action, then where does that happen? Students are fearless, they're resilient, they're strong and powerful. Isn't that what we're trying to do? Isn't that who we're trying to build up? So if we don't do it now and we don't do it here, then when is it going to happen?
At Hoover, we're a community. We're all here for you. There's a teacher that loves you. There's support staff that loves you, and we just, we're family, so don't be afraid. We got your back. We're here for you.
Built in 1929, the 1600 building was not built according to the ADA requirements.
You want to make all classrooms accessible to all students.
Signed on July 26, 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA law, was the world's first comprehensive civil rights law for people with disabilities. The civil rights law prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities from everyday activities. Accessibility to these activities is one of the major tenets of the ADA law. Over the last 3 months, the first floor of the 1600 building is finally complemented with a new accessibility ramp built on the north end of the oldest building of Hoover's campus. Behind me is a new ramp that makes the first floor of the 1600 building accessible. However, the second floor is restricted because it lacks proper access for people in wheelchairs. That is why it has been restricted.
Well, the second floor is not open to students because there are no access ramps or elevators, so that students with disabilities are unable to attend classes up there.
There's no elevator, there's no means for them to access that floor.
Have you noticed how many people you talk to always have headphones on? This is really common to see, especially in high school classrooms. Many teachers have expressed their hatred towards students wearing their headphones in class. Not only is it distracting, but an excessive amount of use is harmful. Do you tend to wear your headphones throughout the whole day?
Do you think AirPods are a distraction in your class?
I think AirPods could be a distraction, and that is because some students might be listening to music or watching videos during the lesson.
What are the consequences you give to your students when they get caught using AirPods?
First of all, I take them away. I have a mini drawer for AirPods, so I keep them there in case it happens. And second thing, it affects their citizenship grade.
And lastly, have you ever had to take away a student's AirPods?
I had never taken a student's AirPod before, and that is because on the first day of school, we make sure that we all know what the classroom policies are, and one of them states that there is no use of AirPods during class.
How do you think AirPods affect students?
Well, I think it depends on when they're using them, how it will impact them. I would say it's not great if it's during direct instruction, they're having to work on problems. I also think it puts a barrier between them and their peers, and I like to do a lot of group work, and so if they're not able to, even if they are listening, it doesn't look like they're listening if they have their AirPods in, so students might not want to interact with them.
Are your students allowed to wear AirPods at any time in class?
Not during direct instruction if I see it, but sometimes during an independent task or certain types of quizzes, I might let them.
Do you think listening to music helps students focus?
I think sometimes. I think maybe certain playlists, maybe more of a lo-fi kind of vibe is usually helpful. Maybe not the most rowdy music you're listening to. I know that doesn't help me focus. There's certain times I like those. So just kind of being aware of that and trying to create those study habits.
How do you handle students that refuse to take their AirPods out?
I don't. Nah, just kidding. People that refuse to take their AirPods out, well, I do respect boundaries in people's space. I'm definitely going to be on you because at the end of the day, I feel like I want the standards to be the same throughout my classroom. So I don't want one person to think something's okay and the other person think that it's not okay for them.
Do you think AirPods make students less alert of their surroundings?
Absolutely. It makes them less alert of their surroundings because you can't hear what's going on around you.
Are your students allowed to wear AirPods?
No, they are not, even though they do anyways.
Do you use your AirPods to concentrate in class?
Yeah, I like to listen to music.
How often do you use your AirPods during the school day?
Like every class?
Do you think you use your AirPods too much?
No.
Thank you.
The Hoover Market is a small event that Hoover staff and students attend to give away food to the families that show up. The Hoover Market is located at Highland Ave near the JROTC gate.
What is your name?
My name is Brianna Desingano.
What do you do here at Hoover?
I'm the ASB director.
And how do you feel about the Hoover Market?
The Hoover Market is a wonderful community resource. I love the Hoover Market. I love that our ASB students get to be a part of the cause of the Hoover Market and giving back to their community and learning some skills that they can take out with them once they graduate.
What does the Hoover Market mean to you?
The Hoover Market means a lot to me because every 2 weeks I get to come here and I get fresh produce, I get fruits, vegetables, and if I'm lucky then I'll get something cool for like a canned good. And it helps me out with my weekly groceries.
How do you feel about the Hoover Market?
It's great. We have hardworking teachers, hardworking students, and they get the chance to be with their peers and other community members. This was started a few years ago by a teacher, and she partnered with an organization called Feeding San Diego. So every first and third Tuesday, you can come with your fourth period class at 2:30. And if you ever need items outside of that, you can talk to your teacher about when you can go to room 801 or other spots on campus to get shelf-stable items.
How do you feel about the Hoover Market?
So I feel like the Hoover Market is a great addition to the school as it can provide food for people that don't have, that aren't like financially stable. It's a super valuable resource. Even to myself, it saves a lot of money on groceries, and it's nice. It's a nice addition to Hoover.
What does the Hoover Market mean to you?
To be honest, the Hoover Market, what it means to me is it means community service. It's definitely paying tribute to our community by assisting and helping people who are struggling to pretty much provide for themselves food to eat. So it's definitely a productive and positive thing to do for our community, and it also helps us as students develop the skills to be able to work in a work environment and develop teamwork skills as well and communication skills. So I think it's not only productive for the community, but it's also productive for us as students.
Last Wednesday, the Alma Academy had an event called Vapadome for all the students in the academy in order to introduce the name change.
I really do like what it stands for because we will be getting more funding due to people being able to recognize that. I did like Alma better, but I like how they're changing it because that way people can understand it more and understand what the academy does, like and what it's meant for.
During the event, students competed between grade levels to win the Alma Shield, which resulted with juniors winning.
Here at Hoover High School, located near the Parent Center, every Tuesday this room is occupied by the Law Program, 1145 through 145. The Law Program is a place where people can learn about their rights and their laws.
So to start off, what's your name?
My name is Ted Janowski.
And you're the supervising attorney, right?
Correct. I'm the supervising attorney and the assistant director for the California Western Community Law Project.
Why do you think high school teens should learn about law?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. It's really important because the law affects the lives of everybody, even sometimes when you're not aware of it. And so there's so many examples of where it's really important to know your rights And the reason why it's important to know your legal rights is so that you can make better informed decisions. If you know what the law is, let's say there's a curfew law, that you have to be back home at a certain time of night, and that you're not allowed to be outside after that time. It's important to know that. So that you can sort of make the decision to avoid any type of illegal problem.
Come by the law program in room 145 with you and your family members if there's anything you want to know about your rights and what they can do for your family.
CLNS News Entertainment Student Television.
Every Tuesday during lunch, Faith Club is held in the big gym. During these meetings, they discuss Christianity through testimonies of others, the Word, and prayer.
What is your name?
Yesenia.
Antoine.
Okay, our first question is, what do you like about Faith Club?
I love how they give us pizza, but I love how they also try to talk to other people, include everybody up in here. It's like nice that they do stuff like that.
I like how they try to give every student an opportunity to become a leader and seeing us grow and helping us serve pizza and just mainly that. Yeah.
Why do you think it's important for teens to attend Faith Club?
The reason why I think it's important for teens to attend Faith Club is because we pretty much provide a space where we allow for pretty much leadership in this club. We allow for, our peers to learn about God, to learn about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and how they can develop as future leaders of not only their community, but leaders of preaching the gospel.
Come by Faith Club with you and your friends to talk about religion and to have a nice place to listen about faith.
On Wednesday, February 5th, was senior night for the girls' soccer team where they took on Logan Memorial Education Campus. The night kicked off with a ceremony marking the last home game for our graduating seniors. They ended with the game with 7-3. And that's a wrap on our girls' soccer senior night. Congratulations to all the seniors. Stay tuned for more updates on Hoover Cardinal Sport.
Hi, welcome. I'm Miss Toon and I teach freshman English here at Hoover. I have mostly Alma students, so right now what is called VAPA, we have transitioned, and I also teach SABE, and I am one of the co-advisors for the class of 2027. So this is my classroom, and at the desk is where I do all of my grading and my seating chart, and I take attendance. And then as you walk around the room, we have my welcome board that is full of pictures and images that students have drawn me over the past 2 years. Then we go into my parts of speech wall with my adverbs, verbs, pronouns, and adjectives and nouns. And underneath that is my bookshelf that we use for our independent reading time in my classroom. Those of you who've been in my class know that I talk a lot about our parts of speech, and we focus on that at least once a week. And then if you follow along the back wall, you'll see my couch for flexible seating. It's at the back of the room behind all of my desks. And we have my whiteboard, which has all of the dates for when things are due in my class and other happenings around Hoover. Then we go, if you keep following, we have my word of the week wall, which describes all of the words of the week we've had throughout our whole school year. I have another bookshelf with a lot of my materials on it. So if any of my students need anything, they can come over here, grab a pen, a pencil, highlighter. And here in the center of the classroom are all of my tables where my students will sit during class, or if you are part of the class of 2027, you can come here at lunch on Tuesdays. We meet every Tuesday. I am one of the co-advisors with Ms. Vasquez. And there's also a microwave here for you if you need to heat your food. Thank you.
Near Hoover High School, we visited a local food truck in El Cajon, La Morena, which offers a variety of seafood and Mexican food. We took a peek at what it's like to work in the City Heights community and how it's been for the food truck employees and owner.
¿Cuánto tiempo ha trabajado aquí en el food truck?
Tengo 1 año.
¿Cuáles son los obstáculos que ha usted visto aquí en el food truck?
Pues mis obstáculos fueron que yo entré sin saber nada referente a la cocina y aquí pues los empleados fueron los que me enseñaron a saber todo lo que sé.
¿Cómo ha sido su experiencia aquí en la área de cocina?
Pues ha sido muy buena, hemos recibido mucho apoyo de todos aquí en la comunidad, en el área.
¿Por cuánto tiempo han tenido su food truck allá?
Por 9 años aproximadamente.
We also interviewed a local customer and asked them a couple of questions along with recommendations as to what to order.
¿Qué le ha hecho venir de usted muchas veces?
Pues me gusta mucho, tienen un buen sabor.
¿Qué nos recomienda pedir aquí?
Les recomiendo pedir los tacos de birria y los tacos de marca.
As the customer suggested, we grabbed birria tacos along with a taco de marlin. With both orders, we got a complimentary shrimp consomme. They were both good, but I would recommend the birria tacos, which had an amazing flavor.
Dubai strawberries have been trending recently because of its savory taste. However, since it's not originated here, it is overpriced. So today we plan on teaching you how to make it at home. First, we're going to start by shredding the katifi. Then, we're going to add 2 ounces or half a butter stick to the pan and add the katifi once the butter is melted. We're going to mix until it's a golden brown color. After that, we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of pistachio butter and mix. Now we're going to cut up some strawberries and melt chocolate in the microwave until it's a smooth consistency. Once the chocolate is melted, we're going to drizzle some on the cup. Now we're going to layer the pistachio mix, the strawberries, and the chocolate.
How do you express yourself through what you wear?
Definitely, you can see it as lazy. I just wake up and I put whatever I see. But if there could be a meaning, I guess just calm. I guess I don't try to be too expressive or too little.
Okay, so our question is, how do you express yourself through what you wear?
So growing up, we were really poor, and I was really sad that we didn't have a lot of money to buy clothes. My mom would buy them at like yard sales and at thrift stores, and so we were thrifting before it was cool. But now that I'm older and I've gone to school and I have a decent job, I love to shop.
Okay, how do you express yourself with what you wear?
I just wear whatever I'm comfortable with, and usually I wear band shirts.
Okay.
I just wear what I like.
Not many students may know, but here on Hoover Student News website, new articles are released every Friday. The articles are being written by different members of Yearbook, making it a very diverse website with a variety of topics. As of last year, they have launched a new segment called Ask Esperanza, where those seeking relationship advice can write to the love expert Esperanza, choosing for themselves to write anonymously or not. Those seeking advice or those who would just like some gossip can also click on the available articles released and read about other situations that they can relate to. Now during the month of love, Esperanza may come in handy if you are not sure if your person is right for you, or maybe to ask what the best way to make them feel special is. It is common for young couples to struggle within their relationships. More than often, they struggle with communicating and understanding each other when conflict arises. Sometimes there are issues that you don't feel comfortable talking to your friends about, or maybe you need an unbiased opinion on your situation, and that is what Esperanza is here for. To write to Esperanza, you can send an email to ehope7388@gmail.com.